Wow, what a week in AI. It has been an absolute tidal wave of news, right? Updates coming so fast, it's almost impossible to keep up. So our job here is to cut through all that noise and find out what really matters. Let's get into it.
And, if you're looking for just one thing to sum up this chaos, look at this number, 74. That is how many, that's right, 74 new releases the company Anthropic pushed out in just 52 days. I mean, that pace is just, it's absolutely insane. So how do we even begin to make sense of all this?
Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. We're breaking it down into 5 key areas. We'll kick things off with that crazy Anthropic onslaught. Then we'll look at how AI is becoming your new co-pilot. After that, we'll dive into the creative AI arms race, unpack OpenAI's shocking pivot, and wrap it all up with the secrets and lawsuits that are really heating things up. All right, first up, the Anthropic onslaught. We really have to dig into how this one company is setting a pace that feels, well, frankly, impossible for anyone else to keep up with. Okay, so what's really fascinating here is how this shows a massive shift away from just being a simple chatbot. I mean, the big headline feature is computer use. Claude, their AI, can literally, and I mean literally, take over your mouse and keyboard to point, click, and get stuff done for you. Now, you combine that with the new dispatch feature, which lets you text tasks to your home computer from your phone, and you've got a huge leap forward. But they didn't stop there, no way. They also rolled out an auto mode for coding, which is great. It stops those constant permission pop-ups, new mobile integrations for apps like Figma, and Claude projects to help you organize your work. This is a huge signal. They're building a totally new, integrated way for us to work. And that just perfectly sets up our next big theme. AI is your new co-pilot. We're moving way beyond just typing in a chat box. This is about having an active assistant right there on your screen with you. So this really brings us to a huge debate about where AI is headed. It's like 2 different philosophies clashing. On one side, you've got Anthropic's computer use, which is all about full-on automation, letting the AI do the task for you. It's incredibly powerful, but, and here's the catch, it's painfully slow right now. We're talking about a 10-second task sometimes taking 5 minutes. Then, on the other side, you have Google's new Gemini 3.1 Flash Live. That's all about augmentation. It watches your screen and acts like a live tutor, walking you through the task. It's super fast and interactive, but for now, it's more of a memoryless novelty. And, get this, to try and win you over, Google totally copied Anthropic's playbook by making it ridiculously easy to import all your chat history and preferences from ChatGPT or Claude. A little sneaky, right? All right, let's switch gears to our third section, because this is where things get really interesting. The creative AI arms race. We're seeing this explosion of new tools for music, voice, and art, and they are becoming just unbelievably powerful and personal. So in the world of audio, the big trend is all about hyper-personalization. Suno 5.5 just dropped, and now you can train its model on your own voice to generate songs. Wild. Then there's a company, Smallest.ai, that launched a text-to-speech model designed to sound more human. It actually pauses like it's thinking. And Mistral, they just dropped an open weights model. That means you can download it and run it on your own computer, and it can clone a voice, accent, and everything from just a 3-second clip. And of course, Google couldn't be left out. They dropped Leah 3 Pro, a seriously advanced music generator that can create specific 3-minute songs with custom intros, verses, and choruses. The creative tools are just getting nuts. And it's not just audio either. Over in AI art, a new feature from LoveArt AI called Move Object is a perfect example of just practical, cool innovation. You just highlight something in a picture, like a wolf, drag a box to where you want it to go, and boom, the AI moves it and keeps the background looking exactly the same. It's such a simple way to create a before and after shot that you can then easily pop into a video generator to animate. But while all these creative tools are getting better and better, the biggest drama this week actually came from the one company that's pivoting away from these kinds of projects. Okay, but the biggest story of the week, hands down, comes from the giant in the room. Section 4, OpenAI's shocking pivot. And I'm not exaggerating, this is a massive change in strategy that sent shockwaves through the entire tech world. So here it is, plain and simple. Sora, OpenAI's incredible, mind-blowing video generator that we were all waiting for, is dead. They are completely scrapping the app, the generator, and the API. It's just gone. And the fallout from this was instant. OpenAI announced it's killing all its side quests to focus entirely on its core chat and coding models. Because of that, Disney, who had just inked this massive partnership deal, bailed immediately, apparently with no warning. And you know that rumored adult mode for ChatGPT?
Yeah.
That's been scrapped too.
So you're probably asking, why? Why the sudden drastic change? Well, it really boils down to two cold, hard financial facts. First, projects like Sora cost an absolute fortune in compute power, and OpenAI is just bleeding cash. Second, as this quote shows, their first attempts at advertising inside ChatGPT are basically failing. Advertisers are saying the whole process is low tech, and more importantly, they can't prove the ads are actually making them any money.
So this forces OpenAI into a whole new playbook. It's a 3-step plan. Step 1, cut costs. That means killing expensive side quests like Sora. Step 2, end the failed ad experiments. And step 3, this is the big one. Launch a new e-commerce strategy by building what they're calling an agent commerce protocol right inside of ChatGPT.
So the new goal here is to build a completely different way to make money. They're letting e-commerce businesses share their entire product catalogs directly with ChatGPT. What they're doing is laying the groundwork to sell featured product placements right in the middle of your conversations. It is a massive pivot from all that high-flying hype to just trying to get direct revenue.
But hey, OpenAI isn't the only one feeling the heat. For our final section, let's circle back to Anthropic, where the drama is all about secrets and lawsuits.
So, on the legal front, Anthropic actually scored a pretty major win. A federal judge put a stop to one of those Trump-era designations that labeled them a supply chain risk to the Pentagon. But the fight's not over. There's a second, separate designation that's still active, so they're not quite out of the woods yet.
You know, this whole legal battle brings up a huge question. With all this pressure, what is Anthropic's next move? Well, it turns out a recent leak might have just given us the answer. The leak revealed this name, Claude Mythos. Apparently, it's a whole new tier of models that are supposed to be way larger and way more intelligent than even their best model, Opus. The document claims it has dramatically higher scores in everything, especially coding, reasoning, and even cybersecurity. But here's the really chilling part. The leaked document, which really looks like it's from Anthropic themselves, comes with a pretty stark warning. It says that this new wave of models can exploit vulnerabilities in ways that far outpace the efforts of defenders. So, yeah, an incredibly powerful tool, but one that comes with a very, very serious warning label. So, when you step back and look at the big picture, you see the entire AI industry pivoting away from just cool novelties and towards real-world utility. And that leaves us with the billion-dollar question. Which of these strategies is actually going to win? Is it going to be the all-in-one copilot trying to run your computer for you? The creative powerhouse building incredible tools for artists? Or the integrated e-commerce engine that's trying to completely reinvent online shopping? That right there is the battle to watch.